Hey everyone, welcome to the course Jesus, the Church, and Violence. I'm looking forward to the course. I haven't taught it in a while. Got some great reading lined up for you. Some challenging questions I think that we'll take up together that should carry us into some deep and I hope formative conversations for all of us. The reason for this video, though, is actually to offer a warning. And it's a warning that I feel compelled to give you before you find yourself in week one of the class, in case what I'm about to say affects your decision to take the class, which would be fine. But here's the issue, what I want to warn you about. It is that I have in the reading for this course two books that are written by known sexual predators. And they are books that present themselves as accounts of Christian peacemaking in a violent world, and even apparently have some really good ideas in them, but were written by people that committed atrocities in some ways, just really egregious forms of sexual abuse of vulnerable people in their lives, a form of sexual violence. So there's a deep hypocrisy somehow at work in the lives of these two authors. And, you can imagine that I've been wondering what I should do about this for a while. The most obvious course seemed to be to just cancel these two books. But I found myself sort of thinking hard about it and talked quite a bit with some trusted friends and colleagues, students who have taken this course in the past. And I've made the dubious decision to include these two books, but also to make the sexual violence of the authors who wrote them part of the subject of our study in the class, which means that we'll be reading accounts of what they did, some of what they did, and asking the hard questions about how that should influence what we learn from them, if anything, from the two books of theirs that we're going to read. And of course, this is a familiar problem that I think deserves attention. This fact that we, in the Christian tradition, but also beyond, generate authorities, sometimes intellectual authorities, who betray their witness by the way that they live, and even in a way as egregious as these two men did. And so I want to make that something that we talk about, study, think about together. I'm going to be thinking hard about it. But of course, this is a lot to ask of you as a student, to read books written by people that we know did such terrible things to vulnerable people in their lives, and to have to talk somewhat directly about the things that they did, and to ask what the implications are for their books, but also for the larger issues that these forms of hypocrisy represent for the Christian community and beyond. So anyway, that's the warning. Like I say, it might move you to just say that this class is not for you. You don't want to subject yourself to that. And maybe you think I'm making a bad decision, and you might be right in including these books. but at least I wanted to give you the opportunity to opt out of this class, knowing that this is what is coming as part of the class. Of course, this is not going to consume all of our class. We're going to be reading a wide range of authors, but these two authors' books are a significant part of the class. And so I just felt like you deserve to know that they would be part of the reading, but also to know that we would be taking up the question of what to do with the knowledge we have of the sexual violence each of these people committed, um, even as they are authors who seemingly devoted themselves to um, opposing violence in our world. So you might have further questions about this. Those are welcome. There's a forum in Canvas called General Questions About the Course. You're welcome to add a question there, a post that I will respond to. If you prefer to talk about something more privately with me, you're welcome to call me. My cell phone number is 626-782-3121. Please leave a message if I don't answer, since my life is insane these days with 4 kids doing remote learning and all that stuff. But if you leave me a message, I will get back to you. You can also email me, of course. So thanks for watching this. I hope that it gives you information that you really deserve to have. And we'll obviously be talking more about these matters once the course begins. Hope to see you in the class.